And here we are, another one, another one for the ages. It's Crypto Wonder coming at you with another live, and we just gonna get right into it. Nothing but real talk, real talk. It might be about other things outside of crypto. It might be about crypto, but I gotta get into something that's kind of outside of crypto. Actually, it's all the way outside of crypto. So, Meta, thanks for joining me, man. Hope you're doing well. Um, Godfather J6 in the building. What's going on? What's going on? I gotta switch it up a little bit today with the real talk. So, FOMO, I see you, FOMO. And guys, shout out to the content creators that come through and show love, like the Meta, like FOMO TV. Give them a follow. Uh, they don't talk about things I talk about. They talk about what they talk about. You might like what they got to share. So please give them a follow. Um, you know, this whole thing with the with everything that happened in Memphis, I just gotta sort of like I'm trying to process some of this stuff, even though it's still like to me, I just found out about it last week, really. But the actions of those police officers were reprehensible. I'm not even gonna, like the kids say, I'm not gonna hold you. It was just unconscionable, savage, just disgusting. You know, um, I saw that and I'm like, wow, here we go again, again. Add that to the long list of incidents that took place where people lost their lives under the custody of police, you know, like beaten to death, killed. Just that's it. This is, somebody recently said, someone recently said, but there was a reporter that said that they were told that before the video was released, that the video was so graphic it reminded them of what took place with Rodney King back in the LA early 90s, like 90, 91. You're talking about 30 plus years ago. Nothing has changed. In a lot of my crypto content, I often say how the sentiment overall is about people who don't care. Like folks really don't care about certain things. And I know folks really do care. And most people, I would like to believe, have a conscience. Most people, see bad things taking place and they don't stand for that. And I'm sure people were, I mean, it was just completely repulsive to watch what took place to that young man. I know a lot of people are against it, but it's almost like, there's this sense of being desensitized, you know, and people take this as opportunity to do reckless things like burn down their communities and take to the streets to do, just commit just crazy activities that just tear down their own communities. But for what? For what? I was watching the clip and and I closed my eyes. I watched the clip maybe no less, maybe a couple times, like two to three, because it was just crazy. And at one point, I just closed my eyes just from the beginning throughout, just to hear the voices of what was going on. You're hearing the young man say, he wants to go home. Okay, okay. He's pleading. And then the officers, like I'm listening to the voices, and it sounded like some guys in the neighborhood jumping somebody. Somebody ended up in the wrong neighborhood at the wrong time and got jumped by some other neighborhood cats. You want to call them a gang, you want to call them, whatever hoodlums or whatever. That's what it sounded like. It didn't sound like, law enforcement really trying to, apprehend someone or take control of a situation by arresting. Like it just sounded kind of crazy to me, right? Oh, it reminds me of how, when I was, working the jail system. I wasn't an officer, I was a civilian, but I was working in the jails in the past in my previous occupations. And when I would go home, right, when I'd be relieved of my shift and other officers would be relieved of their shift, a lot of them would just come out plain clothes. They would get their firearm and conceal it and then leave the building, jump in their ride and leave. You wouldn't know if you were in the community that these people were officers. They look like the regular schmegular, of course, because they're plain clothes, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, yo, like in some of these cases, and not it's not all, it's not absolute, of course, but in a lot of situations, when I think about what I do for a living, where I've grown up, different parts of of the city that's just disenfranchised, all around messed up. The only difference between some of these cats that run the streets, these criminals and gangsters, and these guys in uniform, the only difference is the uniform. The only difference is the fact that they hold a badge and they have some type of purported authority to support the activities that they do, the control that they try to inflict on. So that's the only difference. It's like material because in some cases, you can't tell the difference. Yo, they come out, they strapped, and they going into their thing, and they just got all types of whatever clothes on. You wouldn't know who these people are, man. That's why you don't know who's who out here in these streets. You really don't know who's who out here. And this is something that I learned too, and you might not believe it. Those of you who never worked in the jail system or prison system, I learned that working in a facility like that, those are identified as the safest places you could ever work. The safest places you could ever work is in the jail or prison, believe it or not, because you know what you're dealing with. You know the people that's doing the crazy stuff more often than not are locked up. But when you out here in the world, you don't know who's who. You have no idea. So it's up for grabs. You all the way vulnerable. And I didn't understand that. And I'm still institutionalized in so many ways from just working in that type of setting. You know, switching speeds, going back to my original thought. These cops, they jump on this guy, and then some people they try to play the race thing, but they're black, five black guys, and then it's crazy the levels of try to deduce and create like certain reasoning to inflame certain populations throughout the country about why these things took place based on race, based on abuse of power, and all these things, right? We know, and I understand what they did was all the way twisted, messed up, corrupt. Throw the book at these guys. Yeah, I don't care. Like that's just how I feel for real, 100%. There's another piece to it, though. There's another piece to that I find it's a little bit disturbing, and I gotta, like the children say, like the youth say, the youth who represent the future. You have to call it down the middle. Try to be impartial, right? The resisting, like how this young man was resisting. Oh, I want to go home. I'm just trying to go home, and and then he's squirming, and they just spraying him, right? They're punching him, they're beating him up, right? They're tasing him, right? He's screaming, pleading, calling out for his mother, Another time, at some point, he starts like you're resisting, right? He's resisting. They're trying to control him, and they're aggressive, excessively aggressive ways. They're trying to control this guy. Five guys, you just pummeling, and then later on, you talking about superhuman or extra strength. He was so strong. Was he under the influence? We don't know. Time will tell. Maybe it's too soon to. But I'm just speaking as at like third watch from whatever standpoint. You're resisting arrest. Like you're not. I'm not a lawyer, so you they snatch him out the car, right? That's the first thing you see. They snatch dude out the car. They snatch the young. Rest in peace to him, and condolences to his loved ones. Rest in peace. They snatch him, and they doing all this crazy stuff. But he's fighting. He's fighting. He's fighting. It's just like it's creating a situation. It's just escalating. It's not de-escalating. It's just escalating. When you try to get out of a situation dealing with cops, when you add fire to the situation, you sort of make things worse. It's just the real. That's just the truth. It's not gonna go well for a person when they try to just continuously just go against the grain, and then the kid runs. It's not helping the situation. And I grew up in New York, man. Like New York City, it's crazy out here. Like it's just whatever. Had my run-ins with police officers. Had dogs smell me and everything. I already know I'm a big black man. I'm already assumed to be a threat from those who are ignorant, who are insecure, who lack certain level of common sense and humanity. I already know this. So you think if I come into contact like I've come into contact on numerous occasions with police officers, you think I'm going to give them smoke? You really think I'm going to give them, you think I'm going to really just antagonize the situation and make it worse? I've been in situations when I was a teenager playing video games in a store and with other, friends of mine at the time. We were late teens. I must have just turned 18. And the guys I was with was a little older, maybe 19, 20, right? Maybe 21. Police run up to the store, right? They looking, whatever, perusing through the store because it's a drug infested neighborhood, whatever. It's regular stuff. It's what they do. So they looking, they got their flashlights, they looking to see if any drugs are stashed in the arcade room, behind the machines, under the hood of the joysticks and whatever, because dealers are coming in and out, transactions are being done, but we're kids too. Like we're not even involved with anything going on. One of the guys that I was with, the cops approach us and the radio, you hear in the radio, oh, we're looking for such and such, such and such. This is what they were wearing. Boom, boom, boom. One of the guys that I was with starts to talk crap to the cop, like, oh, what y'all want? What rolling up on us for? What do you think happens? The cop's already on edge, right? And then they're gonna go to who? The loud person talking extra. And guess what? The description that was declared on the radio matched whatever he got on, even though he might not have been the perp or criminal, whoever they were looking for, and he continued to talk crap. And he made the situation worse. It was mum's the word. I didn't say a word. And the other two guys that were there didn't say a word. It was just this one guy who decided to continue to open his mouth and antagonize and antagonize. Now we know what we talk about all the time: freedom of speech. Yeah, it's a freedom. We could say whatever we want. Sure, you could say whatever you want until you find yourself in a precarious situation where it could go all the way left for you. where that encounter with the cop could be your last encounter on earth. You understand? Like certain things, I mean, come on, we got to exercise our brain. We got to exercise our brain. Yo, they cuffed him. They cuffed him and brought and took him because of his attitude. Like, even though right or wrong and different doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Like, I could have did the same thing and been in the same situation where I chose not to because I already understood what it was. Like, number one, I don't feel like engaging in any type of verbal jousting with an officer. They got the guns and badges. I had nothing. You know, like I'm not. What am I proving? In a day and age, this is right before the whole Abner Louima, where you had officers, sodomize a man with a toilet plunger. It was right before that incident. You know, like what we do. Where's the self accountability? Where is at what point is it more than just about some type of white supremacy agenda, a racism, inequality? When is it at some point, like when can people just say, you know what, apart in addition to whatever systematic or systemic ills have been inflicted upon, black people, brown people, people of color, whatever you want to call it. In addition to everything related to that, when do individuals take responsibility for their actions? If you're fanning the flame, are you not as culpable as the like if you're making a situation worse than what it needs to be? Do you not have a hand in whatever calamity or the consequences that ensue? I don't understand. I don't get it. I understand people panic. I understand people freeze or they panic, fight or flight. They get scared, this and that and this. Trust me, I understand. When you got a German Shepherd sniffing you, it's not sexy. There's nothing sexy about that. I've had that happen to me. Big old dog, they ready to go. They listen to the right command, and it's a wrap for me. What did I have to do? You think I was mouthing off? You think I was talking crap? Testing what? My bravado against a badge and guns? For what? There's no community activist that was right there present that could support me in anything that I'm doing. It was just me and the law enforcement situation. Just me handling whatever I had to handle with law enforcement. Period. It was me and them. And I couldn't be in a position to place myself as somebody who was now going to be labeled or create more problems for myself. It's either give me my fine and at best let me go with a warning and I'm good and that's it. But I didn't give them any drama, any smoke. My hands are on the freaking wheel. Both my hands are. You pull me over, my hands are on the wheel and I'm looking out the window. I'm just like waiting for them to walk up on me. My tone is low. I'm not talking like I'm talking now. Courteous, yes, officer. Good, blah blah blah, da da da. I'm not gonna be like, what you want, you bitch ass? You know what I'm saying? I'm not. What am I doing? What you pull me over for? The fuck you want? Don't you got some donuts to go eat? You know? Be all reckless. Like I don't understand. I don't understand how folks get down. I don't understand like just the lack of. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is because it's not just about a regional thing. Because I've seen it even where I live. I've seen people put themselves in more risk. They're already in positions where they're at a disadvantage. Sad to say, by who they are, seen as inferior, and being treated as inferior subjects. And on top of that, you want to make things worse. You want to make the situation worse to where you could possibly lose, not only lose your freedom, but lose your life. I don't get that, man. I don't get the like a lot of people are not addressing the fact that, when you resist, you make things worse. You make things worse. It doesn't help the situation. Okay, you run away, and then what happens when they catch you? Adrenaline is already through the roof. Their job already sucks. Yeah, no one forced him to do, but they already are on 10. Anytime they, you know what I'm saying? Like they're on 10. Imagine, I'm not even an officer, just by virtue of working with the mentally ill population, and a lot of them are felons, they span all walks of life. I'm at risk every day. I don't have a gun and a badge. I just got my brain and wherewithal. And my anxiety level is always through the roof because of the unpredictable nature of the population I serve. So these people serving everybody. They don't know who's who. They don't know nothing. And there's so many people that just simply don't like them. I'm talking about cops. You know. And then when we talk about like just taking monies away from the departments and defund and replace them with what? I don't get. I don't get. I don't get. I get the brutality and things of that nature and the approach and the excessive use of force. These things have to be talked about and addressed. But we still need people because there are bad people out here who do bad things. There are criminals who do bad things. And who is going to stop them or chase them or apprehend them or put them in jail? Who is going to do that? Who? Who is going to do that if it's not the cops? Your local who? Priest from some type of church? A counselor from a school? Who's going to do it? Your waitress in a local diner, restaurant? Who's going to do it? A nurse? A school teacher? Who? A construction worker? Who's going to chase these people down? Who's going to set law and order? Who's going to really protect and serve? Well, folks, so it's weird, man. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. There's no perfect situation either. So I don't know why sometimes people get lost in their ideals and this. I don't know what it is about people. Maybe people just strive to do things just better and seek perfection, but we're never going to reach a level of perfection because we're not perfect. It's just what it is. We're not perfect. You have a commander, you have a chief of the Memphis Police Department who has a checkered past herself, right? Got fired from the Atlanta, being an officer in Atlanta for running the Internal Affairs Department for somehow covering up for some type of sex crimes involving the husband of a police sergeant. She got fired because she was caught allegedly covering up some type of sex crime. Internal Affairs. She was the head of Internal Affairs. The same lady that parading or was announcing all these public service announcements before the video was released last week, pacifying the people, telling, oh, we know this and that, the video's gonna come out, it's crazy, but we don't want y'all to riot. The mayor over here was doing the same thing too. Same thing, trying to pacify people. Oh, listen, we know, somebody got killed under the hands of cops. Black man got killed under the hands of cops. But guess what? We know it's bad, but don't wild out. Listen, don't wild out. Just chill, protest in peace. Like, I just, it's weird. I'm not looking to have fire and brimstone in any community. I don't want to see smoke in the hills. You know what I want to see? Because I don't see this enough. I want to see real impact from a financial standpoint. Stop supporting these companies, these corporations, these entities, these businesses. Hit them where it hurts, in their pockets. Everybody understands what money is. That's where it hurts. And no burning any stores, establishments. Not enough. None of that is going to solve whatever it is, or at least make your voices heard enough, as hitting them financially. Boycott, whatever you want to call it. That's where you can get some type of result or effect, awareness. Not just marching. What's marching doing for people, man? Marching, just improving your cardio. Marching, no one cares. What's marching? Come on, man. Real change. You think real change is being made in the last 2 years since the pandemic began, and the whole fiasco with the whole George Floyd situation? What is marching done? Just there's so many variables to this whole thing. That's just crazy to me, man. So many variables to this whole situation. That's just nuts. It's just nuts. Then they're saying now that the guys, and this is the rhetoric. This is the propaganda. These people, that the officers for them are not foundational Black Americans, meaning Americans that are descendants of slaves from America. They're not foundational Black Americans, so they're not technically real African Americans. So they shouldn't be they should be sort of like vilified more than the whole African American. Like, it's weird. And they're not African American because of their hairline. Their hairline denotes, right? It's too far back. They're using their hairline to distinguish who's a descendant of slaves versus who's not, versus people who, come from other areas, other regions, and may not have come from the United States, who are Black. Crazy. This is the rhetoric. And some people are just even going so far as to say whether it's true or not. The Black, look at these officers. Look at these officers. They're behaving so emotional. They're behaving so emotional, so erratic and savage. The officers, they must have just grew up in a single Black family, Black mother household. What? Whether that's true or not, like, we're talking about something that took place right here that's just crazy. And you going there, this is where you're going, single family, and then the department is headed by a single Black woman, and these are the things you get. This is the result you get when you have a single Black woman running operations or running things or running a home. You get, men who are just aimless with their emotions, and they cause havoc and destruction in communities. This is the talk. This is the talk. And folks are crazy. Crazy. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Sorry. Excuse me for missing the chat. Excuse me. Sounds like they had the wrong guy. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. That's crazy, man. Horrible, horrible. So I agree. I agree, 100%. I agree. Reform, the discussion is necessary to have. Like we need to have a dialogue, but like we got to put everything on the table. Put everything on the table and address it and move forward. But taking monies away from the departments and all this and extra stuff and blah blah blah. Like they disbanded the whole Scorpion, whatever that is, unit that's supposed to address like gang violence and criminal behavior. All right, then what? Some Scorpion, okay, and then what? A person's dead. What are you gonna do to address that? And it's on both ends. The behaviors of the police reprehensible. But what we do too as citizens is also like it's important. It's important. What we do when we encounter, when we get it, how we act, how we behave. I mean, come on. I just saw a clip on YouTube of a guy who supposedly was being approached by a law, a cop, and then the guy's like a black belt, and he's talking crap to the cop, resisting arrest, giving the cop a hard time. Cop handcuffs him, and I didn't see the whole clip, but at one point the cop just like kicked dude while he's being handcuffed and tries to run away. Kicks the cop and runs away. And I mean, like, granted, everything is on camera. That was on camera, that whole thing, and you could just break that down a whole bunch of different ways too, you know. But what do we you're kicking an officer and like you're talking crap, you're resisting arrest, you're not cooperating, you're not complying, you're not following instructions. How is this going to work out well for a person? Like to work out, like amicable, where people both everybody gets to go home in peace. How is that when you're creating a problem? How do you think it's going to end? I don't get it. I just don't get it. That's the truth. Some of the CEOs, some of the cops, that's true. Like when and I know that for a fact. That's 100% true. And it's crazy because even when I'm learning about the Memphis PD, I'm been laxed for becoming a cop. They've been laxed. Y'all hear me? Identity Block in the building, guys. Go check him out. Thank you for the support, man. Identity Block. Go check out his channel. I just got a phone call and my whole thing went whatever. I got interrupted, got booted out of StreamYard. Man, this is crazy. I'm sorry for the last. I just kept ranting, people, just talking, and I'm missing the comments. Okay, hold on. What was I saying before? What was I saying? The CEOs, there are office. Okay, the requirements for Memphis, the requirements for Memphis PD as far as becoming a cop have lessened, have changed. It's no longer at a certain standard. The standards have actually lowered to where they're also hiring people who've had felonies. They're hiring people who've had felonies. Hence, look at the result of what you got, man. Like them guys, it seemed like it was a gang of dudes jumping somebody, jumping the opposition because the person was at the wrong place at the right time, at the wrong place, wrong time, and they took advantage. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I was mad. Like when I just on multiple fronts, like I was just upset to see what's going on in the community, to see what's going on, just because that happens everywhere, everywhere throughout the United States. It's not just central to Memphis, it's not just central to California, it's not just central to Florida, New York, Chicago, different places around throughout the whole country. Baltimore, Minnesota, everywhere, everywhere. Crazy stuff, but like what we do is very important, people. How we behave, how we respond, what we do, how we react. Very, very, very important. You know how many times I got for traffic violation? I even, officer boasting, mount, yell, pull over, pull over, pull over. Like they hyped. They're hyped. They're already on 10. They don't know what they're about to face. You know? So they're already on 10. Why are you making the situation worse? We've seen people get executed on film. What happened that year? Castillo, Philandro, was that his name? Rest in peace. With the baby in the back, the car with that lady and the guy in the front. The lady in the driver's seat, the guy in the passenger got smoked on live with the baby in the back. Like that's just crazy. I'm not saying that they did anything to warrant that either. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, but it's just sometimes I don't know if it's me and I'm getting just older and life is becoming simpler. Like sometimes noise, right? Noise can disrupt. When you're talking about disrupting your peace, when you're in a quiet state, you cherish that, and then the slightest noise disrupts everything, right? That includes our tone and how we speak to people and how we engage. Like just from the tone of our voice, we can change somebody's mood because of the energy that we give off and how it affects and lands on them. With the way, with how they receive it, it could be it could be taken one way against what we're trying to do, but because the way it sounds and how loud it is, right? Because of how serious our tone may be, we could just change a situation for the worse. There's a difference between saying "What's up, motherfucker?" and "Yo, what up, motherfucker?" Two different things, two different results, two different impacts, two entirely different things. Right or wrong? And then you're running like, yo, I don't want to. Oh my God! Like people, they're running, not there, but like the kid ran like, and I say he's a kid because the whole thing, like when he was screaming for his mother, that bothered me so. It irked me. It irked me like tremendously. Like, oh my God, like I wouldn't want my son to even go through something like that. Like that just, like a child. Like he just turns into instead of being a 29-year-old young man, he turned into a little boy to me who's running away because he's scared, wants to just run home, scared. Meanwhile, you're making the situation worse. You panic. You just, my God, yo. My goodness. My goodness. No, I haven't had a chance to watch the full stream because it's I need to, excuse me. I need to. Reckless driving. Identity block in the building. Guys, another content creator. He's a Hexagon. He's one of the few that I respect. Identity block got a lot to offer and he keeps it pure. You know, seriously, like that, guys, like I don't just be talking about anybody and everybody. It's just I'm very selective with what I talk about, who I appreciate, and he's one of them, like for real, day one, and he's consistent. That's the thing I appreciate about him. He's kept the same energy since I discovered him. I got in the Hex community like 21, late 21. And actually, I got in 20. I didn't know what I was doing, but officially, February 21. And I found his material, and he's been consistent. And that's what we need, because there's a lot of people in Hex and the crypto community that are just so inconsistent. And then it's not even about that, because everybody has a right to change, evolve, update their quote unquote worldview to do great things. But when you're not consistent and you're doing crazy stuff that's questionable, introducing new things and placing the community at risk, that's a no-no. And I'm all about that for me. That's why I don't talk about just everything. I don't talk about everything. I like what I talk about because what I talk about works, and I'm careful with what anything else because I've seen too many things go left. Identity block is a man, yo. And the crypto tax game is crazy too. Like he has a lot to offer. Go check him out. For real. Tin Top, you got Tin Top. Salute to Tin Top. Shout out to Tin Top. Shout out to everybody who's watching this right now. Everybody deserves nothing but untold amount of blessings in real life, monetary, crypto rewards, you know, shield from all kinds of hatred and envy. May you just be shielded from all that whack energy. It's nothing but beautiful energy coming to y'all. And Tin Top, you need to be a recipient of that because you in every stream. You're in every stream, man. All of y'all watching, man. Much support. Much support. Thank you for supporting the content because I know it's unrelated today. Today I just was jumping on a different bag because of what took place, and this is just annoying to see sometimes how people want to just point fingers at certain issues but not take responsibility for their own actions or not address. You know how sometimes you have an argument and you point out certain things, and people, instead of addressing your points, they want to go personal. They want to say, oh, you got a big nose, instead of really identifying or rebuking or refuting what you said, right? Point by talking points per talking point. They want to say, oh, you got elephant ears like Dumbo. You look like Martin Lawrence. Like got nothing to do with nothing. You're not addressing anything. And so that's why I'm like this whole thing with these, like when you're around, dirty cops and you don't know who's dirty most of the time and who's not. So how you act makes a difference, in my opinion, because I've been around them. I've had encounters, like not so friendly either. And how I purported, whatever I did was like it was up to me how I wanted to leave in a situation. Either leave whole or leave in a different way that's not so whole. You know? You know? You know? See? How crazy is that? You had a talk with your son, when the police say XYZ, don't believe. Exactly. Exactly. It's true. Don't play. Don't play. Don't test the waters. Uh, I agree. Like the resisting, okay, let the cuff and but the resisting, oh no, there's you squirming and yo, they kicking the crap out. Yo, the pepper spray is crazy. I've seen people get pepper spray. It's not cool. It's not cool. I've seen people so crazy. You know what's crazy? This is a little bit off topic. I've seen this one guy, right? I was working in the sentence jail, right? Something was going down where this one guy decided, well, he got into a fight. This one inmate got into a fight, and so the officers are trying to restrain this guy. They sprayed this dude in the grill. Like spray. They sprayed him, right? Like aerosol, like deodorant, roll on, candle in the grill in his mouth. He ate it and did not even flinch. Didn't even flinch. Like took, didn't scream, didn't tear. All you saw was the perspiration from the spray effect just leaked down his face. He didn't. It was insane. Meanwhile, whoever else got touched by it are coughing up a storm. They're screaming. They all kinds of carrying on, including the officers, except this one guy. Like some people, for some individuals, that spray doesn't do. And I've seen it. I was like, oh no, this is the belly of the beast. Look at this guy. You just ate the mace? You just ate the mace? Oh hell no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. That's not regular. That's not regular. Excuse me a second, folks. That's not regular. Not regular at all. Identity. Glad you came through, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. 100%. Oh yeah, man. Terrible. I had a call and that just disrupted my whole setup here. Yeah, it was a call. Tin Top likes Metascots. Yes. You know what's crazy? Switching speeds a little bit. Yo, I don't like something's going on. We're gonna go to crypto real quick. Something's happening. Something, I don't know what it is, but I can see something happening between X and Zen. There's something going on. Folks don't, there's a lot of people who don't like it. I get it. But something's happening, whether it's heavy, feverish competition to force the other to play their hand or whatever, whatever. But Meta, your intros to the monkey game and the Google, the black kid with the Google and the other kid saying F F F, and the monkeys with the computers, then the boardroom and the charts, and how he just throws the laptop across the table every every time I watch that, I crack up every single time. But something's going on with those guys. I don't know what's going on with Jacula. Jacula, and that's y'all that made that name. I don't. You guys, the internet is undefeated. You guys call him Jacula among many other names. Something's happening. Maybe he's forcing Richard to do what he does, but it's interesting to see how things are going to unfold this year. Seriously, you know. Yeah, I got rugged. I did rug. Like the token I came out with. Yeah, cops with felonies. Cops with felonies. Cops with felonies in Memphis. Like hiring cops with felonies. That's like explicitly stated too. I saw that. I read that somewhere. That it was like within the last 2 years, they've lessened the standards. They've lowered the standards all the way lowered. You don't need a associate's degree anymore. You could practically work at Walmart for 5 years or a few years, have some work experience there. I think like you need to have at least 5 years work experience. So you can work at Walmart 5 years and maybe like, have a little felony under your on your jacket, did a couple armed robbery, whatever, and go join the Memphis PD. Sure, why not? I don't get it. I don't know. It's wild, man. I don't know. I don't know how they. I don't know. It's corrupt. You talk about the police chief of Memphis, the Memphis police chief. From what I understood, and I just discovered this today, was fired from Atlanta, being the internal affairs commander, like the top brass of the internal affairs bureau in Atlanta, because she was involved with allegedly covering up some sex crimes. You know, and I mean, she's now the chief of police in Memphis. But you got fired. I'm telling you, man, it's not all like I don't know, man. I don't know these politicians. Enough money. You could have anything you want get done. You connected with the right people. You do a couple favors here and there, and you win. It's like crypto too, man. You do know some right people. You got enough money. Do a couple favors. You could do a lot of shenanigans and get away with it. You know, it's crazy. Uh, it's hard. It's no joke. Yeah, I get it. I hope. I definitely hope it works out for him. Like he finds a way to finds his place in whatever as far as law enforcement, where it's crazy. Quiet as kind of switches speeds. Like when you said private sector, I know somebody who's in the private sector, but they do security for celebrities, and it's kind of foul because, well, not the fact that they do security for celebrities, but the guy was kind of like bragging and boasting about how well off his 2022 was for him. Like he did very well financially, and I was like, okay, that's good. I'm always supportive of people who are doing well in life, no matter what area it's what it is, and it's actually inspiring, you know, because that's what it's about for me. So I said, okay, that's good. And so he was, kind of like traveling. He said he's been going to different places, splurging, living his life. Young guy. I want to say like maybe late 20s, so young. He's done security for all kinds of celebrities that you could think of. And something happened where he was traveling, he was somewhere over the holidays and he hurt himself, I guess from partying too much. He slipped and fell. Um, and hurt his knee and stuff. And so when he ended up going back to his hometown and pursue go back to work because he was on vacation. He went back to work. He's doing security like bodyguard, right? Come to find out, like after a couple weeks or a few weeks, maybe even a month, his leg was just hurting still. So he went and got it checked out. But see, he went and got it checked out. The thing I was warning him about, though, when he was talking to me, when I was speaking to him, was that you got to be, sometimes you got to like really appreciate what you have because you don't know when things can change, right? Young guy, imagine young guy running through so much money, so much money. I mean, when you're around you're around the right people, you could, make things happen and go through life-changing wealth, right? So I'm like, listen, man, you should really consider like, different things. I'm not your financial advisor. I wasn't even talking to him about crypto, just to be mindful of you don't know how just take care of yourself, save your money for a rainy day. That's the most I told him. Save for a rainy day. You never know. He goes to the hospital after a month of being in pain and come to find out, like he had to be admitted. They told him, they checked him out and told him, he has right? The sciatica is quite painful, and that has a direct correlation and impact to his profession because you standing, you're on your feet, and you got sciatica, that nerve painful from like your butt cheek game crazy all the way down your thigh to your knee to your leg. Like it can ruin your day, you know? And so now it's adversely impacting his quality of life. Not only that, but also his income because of whatever. And I said to myself over the years, even as somebody I knew for a while, I said over the years, you need to prepare yourself wisely. Like you put yourself at risk out there. It's just private sector, and you playing with your well being. Like you got to be mindful of Yeah, sorry about that. Family. Um, so I basically told him, listen, you got to be mindful of just be humble and treat people good in life because you never know how stuff could come back. Because quiet as kept, I know this is off topic, but you said private sector. It reminded me of that. It's kind of like it too. Like, it told me like certain entertainers like Drizzy Drake runs with some goons, like some serious goons, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Champagne Poppy be rolling with some serious goons. I had no idea. Had no idea. And they're known for tearing up some stuff. It's documented. And so whenever they're on deck, like my associate, my friend, got to be on point with his team. And it's crazy. It's again the whole thing of okay, sticking your bird chest out. You want to exude influence. You want to exude power. You want to exude control. Ego comes into play. That whole macho. But then it's about what do you do? How do you react to certain things? How do you react when the smoke is coming to you? What are you gonna do? Add more fuel to the flame, or you're gonna douse that with water and try to neutralize it? You never know. And then now it's like he's forced to, pivot and reevaluate and reassess because life has a funny way of putting us on our behinds. When we going through stuff and we think, we invincible and everything is nothing's gonna, nothing can stop us, then all of a sudden something happens and forces us to sit down, literally forces us to sit down and reassess and reevaluate our situation, you know? Yeah, it was, man. It was what I'm so like I don't do I mean, I don't know, man. Like we needed we have so far so far to go. We're so far behind the eight ball. It's unreal. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. There was a kidnapping charge included in the yeah. What's interesting is how those cops got charged so quick. And other cops they had to, investigation. First they were, sent home with pay. These guys got fired early. They got fired. Bill collectors at my door. Even bill collectors are trying to interrupt because they don't want. See, they don't even want to see. They don't even want to see me just build with the people. Finn Bear, Finn Bear, what's going on? Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. You enjoy the non crypto content. Yeah, I find that everything. I mean, excuse me. Sometimes I just gotta go there. I gotta speak what I want to talk about. Yeah, it was sick. It was sick. Reprehensible. Reprehensible. But speaking about crypto content, yeah, I really like Icosa. I don't know why. I really like Icosa. That's random. I get it, but yo, I really like Icosa. The whole double T share aspect. The whole double T share. Finn Bear, I see you gotta go. Salute to you, man. See you catch you on another time, another go around. I really like Icosa. I like Icosa a lot. I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. I do know. It's bonded to the T-shirt twice. That whole thing with the T-shirt I just really like that. I like that. But and another like I don't know why folks like give certain things a chance. I don't know what other communities are doing, but I see the fork chains no one cares about. It's weird to me. I get it. There's no infrastructure being done as quick as people would like. I don't know. But stuff was working over there, so I don't know. It's like almost free. And ETH POS is just man, it's not crypto to me anymore. And nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. He sprayed the kid so much he that the fofo got it. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, fight or flight kicked in. Yeah. But then it was like no turning back, like I guess, no point of no return. Who knows? Fight or flight kicked it. Who knows? It's just kind of cringe. It was so disturbing, so disturbing. I don't even want to say cringe to minimize the situation or be disrespectful. It was all around disturbing. I need us to. I don't know what I need us to do at this point. Actually, I really don't. I don't know what I need us to do. You know, Count Dracula. Yo, y'all woke up like this. Y'all Count Dracula. Yeah, they for that baby now as police chief. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Pulse Chain, man. I don't know what's up with Pulse Chain. I don't know what's up with Pulse Chain. Thank you, FOMO. Hit that like Muddy Mo, another content creator. Go check out his channel. Oh snap, Muddy, you in the building? See, when FOMO put hit that like, I thought about how you say hit that like, ooh, bing, ooh. Like there's certain sounds that Muddy does that have become etched in my like consciousness. Believe it or not, this guy Muddy Mo, his his content, like the way he delivers his messages, like he is each thing that he's doing is his own brand. Muddy Mo, bing, that's a brand. Ooh, that's another brand. Hit that like, that's another brand. This guy is just a walking tableau of trademarks. That's a fact. I don't know anybody else that does it like that, man. And that's why I give him his just due and respect. Like, and it cracks me up every time. You know how sometimes you hear somebody do something, and after a while you're like, all right, you know, it doesn't have the same effect. You hear this guy keep going, and it's the same effect you get every single trip. And when he goes on his rants, that's the best muddy moment you can experience. When he goes on his rants, like I can't even laugh right now because I'm a cough, but I had to laugh because it's the truth. It's the truth. Like y'all, all of y'all that I've just shouted out, Meta, Identity Block, FOMO TV, Muddy Mo, you know, like this is a certain quality of people that who cares about the subscribership? Who cares about the viewership? It's about authenticity in the purest, rawest form, whatever you want to call it. Back in the days when I was in heavy into hip hop, you call it underground, the real, the genuine, right? The authentic. That's what these guys are. It's nothing like superficial, candy ass, commercial, right? Mainstream. Even though we aim for greatness, but who cares? Who cares? Because it's Muddy Mo Mingo. I be wanting to like, I'm like, you can't even, you can't, you. It's like you can't copy that. Like the URL, you can't copy respect, but you better than URL because it's all the way original, man. The meta with the intro, FOMO just evolved and said, you know what? F crypto. We getting into like real world issues. Identity Block just keeps it all the way pure with what he talks about, and he adds like updated news information, newsworthy information that directly has an impact in the crypto space, and talks about crypto taxes. What? Muddy Mo will dissect 100 DeFi projects in one show. He does. He does. No, you can't front on that. You can't front on that, man. You can't front on that. You can't front on that. Can't. I'm sorry if I see on my phone. I can't see if I gave anybody wrenches. 'Cause everybody here deserves a wrench, but I can't do it on my phone, and I'm technologically delayed and challenged. You know. You know. Finn Bear, yeah, I'll catch up with you, Finn Bear. You already. FOMO TV out. No doubt, man. No doubt. All right, Coast. Dang 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 dang. Viene una cosa, viene una cosa, viene una cosa. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready. Yeah, man. So that's it, man. Like I didn't want to take too much of your time. That's all I wanted to talk about. Like that whole thing with Memphis, it's just a travesty. It's really a travesty on multiple fronts. People, when you get accosted or not even approached by these police officers, pay attention to what you do and what you say, how you act. Yeah, a lot of them are dickheads, excuse my language, but it's just it is what it is. We understand this. But what you do and say could also save your life. How we respond, how we deal with them, how we interact with them can make all the difference. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. One time, more Hex in the building. More Hex, what's up, man? So one time, I was visiting a client of mine. He was in the psych ward. So I parked the car and I went to the psych ward to see him. I must have maybe I wasn't even long. That maybe like 15 minutes, right? I go back to the car and they broke in. Somebody broke in, smashed the windows, and they took whatever was inside the car. I'm not gonna tell you what they took, but they took, some of my belongings from inside the car. Bounce. So I called the cops. Cops show up, right? Your man shows up. Like it was two cops in a car. They show up. They pulled up real slow too, and I'm waving myself. It was raining outside, so I had my umbrella, and they were a block away. They turned the corner. I see them, and I'm waving at them to show them like I'm the one who called. I'm waiting for them, to come and deal with the situation. They pulled up. You see Money's the guy in the passenger seat, the officer in the passenger seat. His foot was on the dashboard. You know how girls, when you driving, you got your lady with you, and they super flexible. The flexible game is crazy, and they put their foot on the above the glove compartment on the dashboard, like relaxing, stretching. I don't know. Because I don't know men who do that. This man was doing that, right? This dude was doing that. He pulls up with his leg on the dashboard and he rolls the window down with and his face, just the grill piece was like I'm bothering them. He was like, you didn't, I'm like, officer, I'm right here. He was like, and they were like, yeah, we've been waiting for you. And I'm like, no, you just turned the corner. I'm right here. I gave you specific instructions. But I had to catch myself because he's thinking, oh, now look at it. Oh, you giving me attitude? Oh, what? It's not going to be about the fact that your car got broken into. It's going to be about me. So I picked up on that real quick because he said he mouthed off some words to me, and I'm like, officer, this is the car. This is my car that got broken into. What we going? What's going on here? What we doing? Seriously, but I didn't say it like that. I just said it in a different way. Like I dropped my tone. I changed my voice. All like just to not create a confrontation. Then the other copy was more less dickheadish, right? But it was the one with the big mouth that was the superior dickhead. that I was dealing with. And I'm like, and dude rolling his eyes like some scorned woman, emotional for no reason. Like I'm the victim. I was the victim. So if I would have just took a different approach and just called him for what it is and talk real reckless like I could, something could have it could have went different for me. But I chose to no, 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 no. Let me go through this whole thing. Give me the paperwork. Give me whatever information I need to do to report what I got to report to and keep it moving. And that's what I did. Like I grew up in New York. I grew up in New York, man. And I've had multiple encounters with police officers. The whole stop and frisk thing. And then I already knew how to listen. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Only a few can really understand this, what I'm about to say. Only a few. Because certain things you don't need to even say. It's just clearly understood. Like some things people just, you got to tell them, you have to explain it word for word. When I was a teenager, I'm going to say this like this, right? You didn't have to tell me, like, when I was a teenager, I used to do crazy things or whatever. It's what teenagers do. So boom, you hop the train and boom, you get caught in the street, in a sweep. So I hopped the train, and caught in a sweep. What's your name? My name is Denzel Washington. Where you live? 123 Oakwood Drive. What city? Anywhere, USA, planet Earth. You understand? And they taking that information like this is blah 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 blah. Now I'm not telling you to do something crazy to not give proper information. This is when I was 16. And this is just from picking up stuff, just from being around certain individuals, just from being outside. Like the kids say, outside, outside, outside. There's not much good that you could do outside if you're not working or if you're not enjoying things at your leisure. There ain't much for a grown ass man to be doing outside unless you're homeless. Outside. I was outside because, I thought I was doing something at 16 years old because it was the thing my peers were doing and I wanted to be down and doing stupid shit on our way to some type of party, and then we get bagged by the cops in a sweep, hopping the train. 20 of us. And what I do, not only did I give them Denzel Washington and my 123 Anywhere Street, those 20 people, no, it was just me. Like I'm not associating with them 19 other cats because I don't know them like that. I've never been in nothing with, in some situations where you just meet up with a bunch of people and 99% of them you don't know. Maybe one of them out of the 20. So you already know you mobbing. And then some of them are holding extra things that you don't have no business knowing that they're holding. And so if something happens, some kind of static, or you run into some problems later on in the night, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, nah, I don't know these cats. Separated myself. I had to do that. Like sometimes you gotta listen to your intuition. You play the game a certain way. Be smart. Give the information that they want. I'm not saying to lie, because what I did as a teen, after a while, I started lying, and it worked. But I'm not saying you need to do that. Use your head, exercise your brain, and how you're interacting with these people, especially if you're doing wrong. Especially if you're doing wrong, so you can live to see another day. I'm too old to do wrong. I'm too old to be doing anything wrong, yo. I'm the square of all squares. I'm four right angles put together. And I'm proud of it because I'm too old to be doing wrong. You understand? I come outside like there was some what happened? The other day, like people will see me, oh, I saw you, Oh, I saw you doing X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, get off my nizzards. Why are you watching me? But I understand. Imagine if I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing. They saw me. Somebody could even, do a RICO and drop a dime on me. That's why I got no business doing anything bad. Zero. All that stuff was washed when I was a teenager. Washed. Like, and then throughout my adult years, I'm still having run-ins with police. Still having run-ins with police. I'm running run-ins with police, and I'm Denzel Washington, but that's not my ID. I'm giving you the full. Absolutely, sir. Good morning, sir. How are you? Oh, officer. Excuse me. I'm sorry. What time is it? Oh, it's about that time for me to give you the information you need so I can go along with my life. Yeah, no problem. Sure. Oh, I was speeding? I'm sorry, officer. I was just, in the mood. I mean, I'm driving, playing this music and, I'm speeding and I actually have no excuse. I have no excuse. Yeah, super low, talking low. I'm not gonna be threatening. I'm talking low. 6'5", 360 pounds. I'm already looking a certain way to these cats. You know what I'm saying? And then if I'm giving you passion behind that, if I'm giving you passion behind that, I might end up in jail or worse. If I'm stupid. Woo, what's going? How are you, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. If you have a channel, I'm gonna send everybody to go to check out your material, man. If you have a channel, I don't know if you do, but if you do, go follow Woo Crypto, please. No, that's for real. That's what I had to do. That's for real. No, no, no. That's for real. That's for real. Whoop whoop. When I hit a whoop whoop, and then the person one time I'm on the highway, I'm doing my thing, and I'm dun, 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 and whoop whoop, and it was a whoop whoop, and it was mad traffic, and I'm like still have to whoop whoop pull over. I pulled over, both hands on the steering wheel, 10 and 2, 10 and 2. Roll the window down, both hands on the steering wheel, looking dead ahead. I didn't even look. I'm nervous as a mug. The dude came huffing and puffing. You realize you cut me off, right? I'm sorry, officer. I didn't realize I cut you off. Don't you know, you don't see what's going on out here? You don't see all these cars? It was a mistake I made. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. You see your ID, man. See your ID. What kind of car is this? No problem, officer. It's a Chevy Impala. Oh, you work for such and such? That's right, officer. Oh, my dad used to work over there. All right. My dad used to work over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So listen, man, I'm gonna let you go this time, but and I'm like, I appreciate you, officer. Roll my window up. He left. No, he left first. Then I rolled my window up. I don't care if you call me a bitch. I don't care if you call me a simp. I don't care what you. I don't care. None of that. Another time, I got on a bus. I'm getting off a bus. Something happened. There was some kind of raid. No, I walk in the deli, and there was some kind of raid. Some kind of raid. This lady, the cops come rolling in the damn deli. Whoop whoop whoop. They just roll in, and everybody in there they asking questions. What do you think I'm doing? Other people are like, yo, what the fuck, man? Yo, what's this, man? It's every day. It's every day. It wasn't every day for me. I'm not giving them that kind of smoke. It was quiet, church mouse. I say it. One lady, two ladies looked like they had the only chip on their shoulders. You know, with two female cops and 10 officers, like it's two female and 10 other male officers, and they surrounded us and they didn't want anybody coming out of the deli. And so they asking people questions. And then these ladies, they looked like their shoulders were up to their ears. Their shoulders, their body was proportioned a certain way, where the torso was smaller than the was smaller, and the waist to the feet is longer. So their torso was smaller than the rest of their body. The body was super long, and they both look like each other, and they both big old eyes, heated, shoulders up, pissed off, and they holding their vests. They're holding both hands to their chest in the V formation, you know, the V-neck t-shirt. One side of the V and the other hand on the other V, and they grilling people, and then they grilling me. And you think what you think I did? You think I grilled them back? What's your name? Mario Sanchez. Let me see your ID. Okay. What do you think you think I'm giving them smoke? You think I'm giving them smoke? Then white shirts came. White shirts. When the white shirts show up, it's a problem. You know? Supervisors, anything white shirt. You got regular officers line, and then that's the second string. That's the second, not second string as in like inferior. No, 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 no. That's the next chain of command to enforce, control. Do you think I'm gonna give them smoke? What's your name, sir? Roberto Smith. Oh, okay. Let me see your ID. And my name better match my ID. And it did. You think I'm giving them smoke? You can leave, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, officer. I'm hitting them with the thank you, officer. Officers. Have a good day. Big time inconvenience. They inconvenience me like so crazy. You think I'm gonna tell them that how they inconvenience me? No, because I got to live another day. Got to live another day. I'm on the highway, dog barking. Dog barking. They got me in cuffs on the side of the highway. Big old mangy German Shepherd. The mother, they looked like a lion approaching me, sniffing my mug, sniffing everything about me. My shoulder game, my hands cuffed, I'm on the ground, all that. You think I was giving them smoke? You think I gave them smoke? Absolutely not. Motherfuckers are screaming, no, 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 no. You think I was screaming? No, no. All I saw was bright lights and a mangy dog, and all I saw was a belts, and then the firearms on the belts because it was nighttime. The gun, the belts. All I saw was belts, and that's it. Legs, belts, the stick. Big old dog looked like a damn lion, and lights. You think I'm giving them smoke? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And this is throughout the. It's not just one shot. It's repeated, and I still left out so many other instances. So many other instances. It's how you play the game. Not even playing the game. It's just how you interact with people. That makes all the difference to me. You think I'm gonna walk into a courthouse and talk crap to the court officers? It could make your day or break your day. And many times I've been to court for business and personal. You think I'm gonna ruin my whole situation because I'm giving court officers attitude and stuff like what? For what? You think I'm giving CEOs a hard time? Any officer? You think I'm gonna talk crap to a judge? The lawyer's a different story. The lawyer, man, listen, depending on how you listen, man, flim flam, I'm a flim flam you because I don't care about that. But when you talk about these representatives that are supposed to uphold the law, judges and any aspect of people who work in law enforcement, you think I'm gonna just discredit them off the top? Hell no. Hell no. There's no way. It ain't happening. So, folks, good people, it's about that time. I'm sorry I kept y'all this long. I'm about to enjoy some M&Ms, almonds. You know what I'm saying? Sinful pleasure. You know what I mean? Almond M&Ms. You know what I mean? But packs are not even the same anymore. They used to have certain pack size, like certain size, that were full with candy, and now that same size is half filled with air, just like the potato chip bags. I can't stand what they're doing to us financially, economically. I can't stand what's going on. Light bulbs are not even giving you a full lifespan like they used to. The light bulbs, you're not even getting a full life of juice like you used to be able to get for the same money that you pay for it. We getting ripped off left and right. May Pulse Chain launch ASAP. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Take care. Peace.